Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, New Hampshire, scene of tonight's Battle of the Bridge high school soccer game between Nashua High North and Nashua High South. I'm John Collins, along with Tom King. And Tom, we saw Tim O'Neill captured a very nice scene down on the field during the national anthem of no less than, I counted 11 seniors and their families enjoying a senior night festivity before the start of this one.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that may give South an edge in this one, John, because North had a contingent last year that was very, very near and dear to the heart of Josh Downing, the head coach. He had coached them all the way through middle school, all the way through high school, as he was a former assistant before he took the head job. And the thing is all those kids are gone now, and last year, the last time we saw these two teams, South won a very, very tight, first round of the tournament. And, it's going to be one of those games where, the rivalry makes a difference. But it'll be interesting to see. South has had, I thought that last year they had one of their best teams. And they got to Wyndham and lost in penalty kicks after they beat North. So it's not easy. It's a difficult thing in soccer. We saw that with North beating South the other night. We didn't expect that, but North is very good in girls soccer, it looks like, from what we saw. We'll see what we see today. I'm not sure. One of the kids I always want to keep an eye on, Ethan Amata for Nashua South, because he has a nose for the ball, and he scored big goals for them last year, including the winner in the regular season over North. So he had a couple of goals. I think he had 2 or 3 goals in that game. So keep an eye on him. I bet North is gonna mark him. I remember Josh Downing shook his hand in the line after the game and said, "You son of a gun, you beat us," So it's going to be an interesting game. And I think Simon Costa, a very good goaltender for Nashua North. So should be fun, John. I think this is, it'd be great to see soccer after doing 5 girls games in the last 3 days. It'll be good to see the boys.
Nice change of pace for you?
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a change of pace. I was afraid people were going to start thinking I was stalking the girls all over the place because I saw I went to the volleyball last night.
You did, and you covered it.
It was a 3-2,
And you mentioned that North did it
right.
swept.
Yeah,
right?
they swept it right down to the wire. 15-13 in the final game.
Wow.
Wow. That was the
nail-biter?
Much better match than the other one, yeah.
Right, the first one of the week.
Yep.
I apologize, that's Tom King. We introduced Tom mid-sentence. Now I've hit the record button, and it's John Collins with our cameraman Tim O'Neill upstairs. We are on.
You know all that technical stuff. I don't know.
Well, I know the big red button that says REC.
Remember when we did radio and I had to do all the technical stuff?
Yeah,
and I didn't even know what I was doing.
Oh, boy.
Good Lord.
Those are the nightmare days some days.
I know,
when we couldn't get it working.
Yeah, I know it.
So we have 40 minutes up on the scoreboard, 40 minutes per half here in high school soccer. Tom has set the stage. We will be keeping an eye on Ethan Imata. That's double E, Imata, number 14 in purple. And we'll see if North can keep a pretty good string of victories going in the Battle of the Bridge, right?
Yeah, they have. I mean, let's see. The only victory for South, 2 field hockey wins.
2 field hockey wins. We witnessed one of them. So that's Tom King. I'm John Collins, and we're looking forward to a good one here this evening. We are blessed with very pleasant fall weather here. Early fall, almost late summerish. It was another very mild day with a lot of sunshine in Greater Nashua, and the players in the field might think it was a little bit too cool earlier today, but it's getting nicer as the evening approaches, as the sun goes down over the Nashua River. We are underway here on Nashua ETV. Welcome everybody who are watching high school sports. Fortunately, during this pandemic season, no guarantee that we would get it in, and yet here we are. So that's a fortunate thing. And every goal a bonus from here on out. In field hockey and soccer, goals usually are harder to come by unless, of course, you've got a tremendous goal scorer on the field, as North does, girls field hockey team. We'll see if there's a Caitlin West that emerges for any of these boys soccer teams. Caitlin West, I'm mentioning 7 goals in field hockey. That's an enormous number in 2 games played so far, including the 2 wins over Nashua North. Good job by the field hockey team for South. They are accounted for the only 2 wins in the Battle of the Bridge so far, North versus South. Of course, the bridge across the figurative bridge across the Nashua River between these 2 high schools. South with possession now, number 12 on the attack is Josue Ramirez Martinez. There's a kick from distance, and it's going to go in. Is that onside or not? It is offside, I believe. Yes, it is. It's going to be a goal kick. So one of the South forwards got behind the defense, and that was Josue Martinez Ramirez, I believe. He got in behind the defense and put it in, kind of a one-timer, but he was offside, according to the official in the red shirt on the far side of the field. He had his arm up. If you watch Premier League soccer, they have flags that they put straight up. South back on the attack, though, looking for that first goal of the game. There's a shot from distance. Had some decent pace on it as it hugged the turf. But it went wide to the right of the goaltender, our left as we look at the net. Goaltender listed for North. Actually, we don't have the positional designations, but we do have numbers. So the inbound play for North, looking for their first offensive chance of the game, are the Titans in the whites, the visiting whites, and South is in the all-purple. These 2 teams will play again this week in the Battle of the Bridge. All teams meeting twice. Taking a hard spill there was North's Preston Thompson. The sophomore goes head before heels into the turf and draws a throw-in, as it was a clean play, actually. The officials said that it was kicked directly out of bounds by the defender, and no free kick there. The throw-in for the Titans. Quinn Hilger is number 10. Ball goes over the net and out of bounds, and retrieving it will be 0-0 for the Panthers. Leo Capico, junior goaltender, class of 2022. Boots it down the field. It's a good strike. Goes all the way to the 50-yard marker, where it's headed on forward, and the Titans intercept. Number 8 for North is Stephen Norris, senior defender. That ball goes out of bounds off of a Titans player, so it'll be a South throw-in, and doing the honors will be number 3, Ryan Hadush, senior. Nope, he's going to let Neil Cacciapilli throw it in. Play whistle dead, and it will be another throw-in. Actually, a free kick inside the boundary. Teeing it up is Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez. An Alvarez kick curls high and deep into the center of the box before it's headed away by a Titan defender. Nicely done to get it out of the danger zone on a good ball into the box by Alvarez. Far corner duel for possession. Trying to come out of his own end was Amos Kurnow. Amos kicks it off of a Panther player out of bounds. The throw in for the Titans. 40-minute halves. We've played 5 minutes of the first half. When we're scoreless so far, there's a long ball. Everybody's on side. It's a hard foot race for it. Doing a great job of keeping that in was Gaurav Marjan. Marjan was able to get a foot to it, I believe, before it went out of bounds, but the whistle sounds and the officials say that it will be a Panther throw-in. 6 minutes into the first half and scoreless here at Stellos Stadium. The first of 2 meetings between Nashua High North and South High Schools this week in the Battle of the Bridge. The rematch will be on Saturday, part of a girls-boys doubleheader. Sprinting as hard as he could to try to keep up with that forward pass was Spencer Dunn, number 2 for the Titans, but there was just too much pace on it, and it went out past the sideline. Kick toward the middle, and now to the far side. South moving the ball at a good pace down the field. The lead pass attempt intended for Elliott Mason, number 11, but the Titans defenders had other ideas as they intercept the rush. And once again, another lead pass and excellent work by North defender Stephen Norris, number 8. Got a foot to it and then a header, and the Titans maintain possession. Quinn Hilger, number 10, a key player for the Titans in the middle, had possession for a moment. Teams trading ownership of the ball momentarily. This one curls across the field, and they have some sort of a body contact foul about 60 yards away from where the ball ended up. So we'll reset on the far side of the field, North possession. Titans looking for their first shot on goal. The South team did have a shot on goal actually in the goal, but it was disallowed on an offside. An impressive rush early. They put the ball in the back of the onion bag, and it didn't count because the official's offside arm went up. Some tic-tac-toe passing in deep in the right corner for the Titans. Yields a throw-in, but the throw-in came from an illegal spot. They said it should have been further up the sideline, so we'll have a redo here for Quinn Hilger, looking for a teammate to feed the ball to. Nice return pass to Quinn, and he gets it over to Matthews Ferreira, number 9. This is Dan Guzman, number 5, who gave it to Amos Kernaugh. Kernaugh got impeded in traffic, and the ball taken away by the Panthers. Quickly on the transition to the offensive zone. Fancy footwork, far sideline. Showing off his skills early. Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, number 13. Alvarez closing in on the ball handler Gaurav Mahajan, but Mahajan did a great job of getting it to a teammate. He has it back. Mahajan feeds it into the corner. And I believe that's number 1, Preston Thompson, who tried to go down the end line toward the goal and was stopped by a stalwart Panther defense. Ball actually went out of bounds off of Preston. So the Panthers get a goal kick. Yet to have our first corner kick of the game. Good step up there by South's number 12. Josue Ramirez Martinez. This is Alvarez with it to Martinez. Good combo near sideline, advancing the ball down the field. Martinez shielding the ball with his body, gives it back to Alvarez. Teams feeling each other out here early. Season underway in the year of 2020. No small feat in the pandemic. So we watch the ball curl almost to the far post. And having to scramble for that one was the goaltender Yazid Pulakal. South trying to set up another shot on goal. They had one very early on, but none since. In the corner, Curling it in front, goes through a couple of players. There's the shot and the goal! Making the most of being inside the box, dead central. The Panthers convert and capitalize. The North defense got a bit lax there and left a striker all alone in front, and a matter-of-fact little scoop shot off of the foot of Neil Kachapilli. Neil Kachapilli scooping it with his right boot up and over the goaltender to the left of the cage, and there was no chance to stop that one. A well-placed, easy as you please teardrop placed in behind the North goaltender, and it's a 1-0 contest in favor of South. This one is headed out of bounds by the South keeper, Leo Capico, and South is going to advance it down the field. Neil Kachapilli with the first goal of the season for the Panthers, and it came with in the 29th minute with about 28:30 left to go in. Actually, we have to reverse that. It's a 40-minute half, so it came in the 12th minute. Approximately 11:40 or so into the first half, South strikes first. Good hustle on defense to get back there for the Panthers, and it actually ended up being touched last by North before it went out of bounds. Preston Quinn in the duel with South defender Victor Oliveira. Oliveira, just a freshman, but knew exactly what to do in that situation, and he used some superior foot speed to get between the goal and the ball and usher Preston Quinn into the corner. But the Titans steal it back. They've got some offensive zone possession time now. South trying to change that up, and they do. Nice little chip on ahead. Number 4 for the Panthers is Matthew Kiesling. He cedes the ball again to Alvarez. Emmanuel back to Josue Martinez. Martinez teed it up on his right foot, but doing a good job of getting in the shooting lane was Quinn Hilger, number 10 for the Titans. He saw that shot shaping up, and he just got in the way, went off his leg and out of bounds, and this will be the game's first corner kick. Actually, they don't even try to boot it in front. They got to just do a little bit of a handoff in the corner. I don't know if they did it, if it was illegal to put your hand on it and then. Well, anyway, there's a whistle, and quickly North has the ball back, and they kick it downfield. A little bit of a battle there. Preston Quinn, some nice back heel work, won the battle, and there's a chance for a shot, and not getting it away was Makram Elkach. Elkach had just a glimmer of the net, ball in his right foot, and he started to look around a little bit, and he passed up the shot. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Panthers to the sideline, so it's going to be a throw-in, or is it going to be a corner kick? It is going to be a corner kick. Went all over the end line, excuse me. Ball curling in front. Preston Quinn in traffic, splits a few defenders before ball is finally taken away from him and booted toward midfield. So Preston Quinn with a solo effort there. Tried to go through 5 defenders, though. He might have been better to pass it at some point. He just got away from him after the initial touch and splitting of the defense. Titans with the ball in their own end, trailing 1-0. South with the advantage. Goal by number 8, Neil Kashapilli, coming just over 11 minutes into the first half. We have now played 16 minutes of the first half. North has shown glimpses of some offensive ability, capability to get the ball in deep and maybe set up a play. Just hasn't come to fruition as yet. The throw in for the Titans. In other words, the teams look pretty evenly matched at this point in the contest. And that one, though, got away from the Titans. Opportunity missed there with possession deep. And it will be a goal kick for South. So new ball rolls into the game onto the foot of Leo Capico. And he'll tee this up. And boot it down the field. South with a nice job of playing the ball into space, and that could be a foul. Let's see if they call it or not. They're just going to say it's out of bounds off of South. Nope, they're going to say it was a foul. Spencer Dunn, number 2 for North, kind of just stepped in the running path of Joshua Martinez, who was actually probably a good foul. I mean, he could have taken that ball quite a ways had he not gone down on the trip. Good kick into the middle of the box. The Titans defense heads it away, though. Preston Quinn continues the progress down the field with a header of his own. He kicks the ball out in front of a teammate, but both the South goalie and a defender were going to get to it first, as Capico boots it over the right or far sideline. Quinn Hilger working with the ball. Hilger has it taken away by South. Good play far side by Ethan Imada, number 14. Tom King telling us the player to watch out for. At the start of this one, Ethan hasn't factored in a lot with touches so far, but it is still relatively early with 21 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. We've played over 18 and South leads it 1-0. North looking for the equalizer here at Stellos. A day that saw temperatures get up into the 70s again here in late September. Preston Quinn was weaving his way end line, but ball goes out of bounds and easily picked up by, or easily stopped by, a few Panther defenders that got in his way. Preston Quinn's been drawing a lot of defenders when he dribbles the ball close to the net, and he may start thinking about some no-look passes feeding the middle to an open teammate. Quinn with it. Stops the clearing pass, but the Panthers do get it away. Nice use of the chest as he comes out of his own end by Emmanuel Alvarez. He gets it all the way down the field into the corner. Good backheel self pass. Change of direction, setting up the shot, and it's going to be a corner kick. A well-earned corner kick for the Panthers, and doing all of the work down in the corner was number 18 or 19. Let's see. I think it was Julian Estrada, number 18 for the Panthers. Number 19, Jose Ochoa. That could have been Jose Ochoa. Apologize, it is Jose Ochoa, so number 19. Right in front, and what a golden opportunity for North, but the ball is booted high and far over the crossbar. Just got away after a great setup from the set-piece corner. Number 6 for South, Jesse Hantula. A little bit too anxious there and got underneath it. He had a lot of net to shoot at and some space to work with in the middle. So South having the greater chances here in the first half. Stephen Norris escorted that back to the goaltender, who had to kind of scramble to get it out of there. Simon Costa is the goaltender for North. This one's up in the air. It's going to be an easy catch for Leo Capico as he rolls it, or bowls it, I should say, near sideline. South doing a good job of advancing the ball down the field. Ethan Amata, lead pass, is able to find his teammate in the corner, and a good takeaway by the Titans defense as Maximiliano Lopez, number 7, had the ball in a pretty good spot to set up a teammate perhaps, or maybe get off a tough angle shot on goal, and it was taken away from him. South with some header passing in the box. North trying to clear it away. Actually looked like he stepped on the ball, did Alvarez, and here come the Titans with some pace. Good lead pass intended for Cam Rodriguez, but even better hustle. Drawing some applause, number 3 for the Panthers is Ryan Hadouche. Got back there and again got in between the attacker and the net, took the ball away. Throw in for the Panthers. 17:45 to go, first half, 1-0. South leads North. Lead pass, trying to get a shot away as Ochoa has to take it back out of the box. Good defense to catch up to the dangerous forward. Stephen Norris just kicks it out of bounds, and Jose Ochoa looked like he was going to get a quality shot on net, but never materialized. Quinn Hilgard kicks the ball way down the field to relieve the pressure for the moment. We have played 23 minutes of the 40-minute first half, and at the 17-minute mark, South leading North 1-0 as they come out of their own end smartly. This is Josue Ramirez Martinez, and he plays it on up to Maximiliano Lopez, number 7. In the corner, Matthew Kiesling has the ball go out of bounds end line, so it will be a South corner kick. South putting the pressure on offensively and producing these dangerous corner kicks that may yield yet more goal scoring. We'll have to find out. It's like Josue Martinez, number 12, will take the corner. His teammates are setting up just outside the box, high middle. And some substitutions now. Back onto the pitch. We're getting some water, it appeared, was defender Ryan Hadouche. Ball kicked into the box area, but it goes harmlessly out of bounds off of a Panther player, which will produce a Titans goal kick. So Simon Costa, number 34, teeing it up. And launching. Ball comes to midfield. Ethan Imada and Quinn Hilgard dueling at the midfield stripe. North advances the ball, but immediately loses it out of bounds, and South is back on the attack. Near side, number 23 with his first touch of the game is Jadiel Bomfim. B-O-M-F-I-M. Jadiel in the game for South. Some really strong soccer names, as usual. Putting the pressure on your announcer, yours truly, to come up with the pronunciations. That ball played in the middle of the box from Ethan Amata toward Emmanuel Alvarez, and they just couldn't connect. The Titans getting into the passing lane smartly as South seeks to add. Jadiel Bombfim just missed the far post. JB in deep, and he had a little bit of a hook on that shot. He actually needed a slice off the left foot as it just missed the far post. He had the right idea, and instant offense from number 23. Number 10, and we're always told, is the key number for your world's best players in soccer offensively. But, of course, in basketball, it is number 23, the go-to number. And here is Jadiel Bombfim trying to bring some of that basketball scoring magic into the soccer pitch. Nearly did. Meanwhile, we're looking left. South has begun to dominate the game. They are up 1-0, and they are dominating in the time of possession category with some accurate passing. Ball goes all the way back to their goaltender for the moment, though. Ball booted to the opposite side of the field, and that's some progress. Alvarez with some space in the middle, seeing up the shot, and scores! Nicely done, Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez. And apparently you cannot give him that kind of space because he will make you pay. And that was a tremendous strike from just about 15 yards from the net. And again, Simon Costa had no chance. If that ball was accurate to the far side of the net, there was just too much to shoot at, and Alvarez does not miss. 2-0. South is up early here in this contest. We are still in the first half. That coming at the 12:47 remaining mark, which means came at 27 minutes and 13 seconds in. The timekeeper's got a roll clock here. I think they left it at 12:47 remaining, and it's still, if you can see the clock, it's not moving. They're playing, and the clock is staying the same. So I don't know why. The clock should be running as even during corner kick situations. Right there, 12:47 is what it was when the goal was scored, and you continue, and the ball has been put in play, and the clock still says 12:47. Ball kicked down the field. I feel like shouting game clock down to the sideline. I'm not sure exactly why it's not running. Right now, it should be. Yeah, the official's just picking up on it now. So we had about 3 minutes of free soccer right there. They have just restarted the clock since the goal. Bombfim showing off the skills, and a nice stop made by Simon Costa. As Jadiel Bombfim is a soccer player, and he has to be watched. A lot of talent on this South team. Ball kicked out of bounds by the Panthers, and it'll be a Titans throw-in. So the timekeeper got caught watching there a little bit instead of keeping time. And the official finally picked up on it. Sideline now, the throw-in. With possession, the Panthers. It is early in the season, and you think about the skills that we're seeing displayed here, largely on the Panther side of the pitch. When these kids start getting more and more chemistry, this could be a very potent team. Nice play down the sideline to Martinez. Joshua into the middle. A little bit of a bobble there. Alvarez trying to steal it, and the Titans might have touched it last. Let's see. No, they'll call it a Titans throw-in. Panthers steal it away. Alvarez, good chip pass to Bonfim, and he's offside. So they just got behind the Titans defenders, or that would have been another dangerous shot on goal for Simon Costa to have to contend with. Instead, an offside call as Jadil got a little bit too anxious as he saw nothing but green turf between him and the goal and the ball on his foot. 10.5 minutes to go, first half. South playing as if they're behind. They're looking for more goals here. Up 2-0. Curls it in the middle. Jadil's onside. And Jadil Bonfim with a great run to the net and an even better save by Simon Costa for North. He was able to anticipate where that ball was going to come off Jadil's either knee or boot and smother it. So it's still 2-0 thanks to a fine save of the game so far by the North tender. 9:53 to go. We're under 10 minutes now in a 40-minute half that has been dominated by South, both with scoring chances and time of possession. To the left of your screen. And back come the Panthers once again. Alvarez has been a MVP of the first half for South with the majority of the touches and a goal. Setting up his teammates constantly. Great playmaker. Julian Estrada, number 18. Factoring in the offense right now for South. Maximiliano Lopez, number 7, plays it back sideline. Alvarez returns the favor. Ball in the middle to number 6 for South. That is Jesse Hantula. Played to Jadil Bonfim. Bonfim double teamed, ball taken away. Good defense by the Titans. That's a timed run for North, but the ball just gets away. And backpedaling, Capico scoops it up and bowls it right. 8.5 minutes to go, first half. South in control of the game. Almost a trip there as the officials let them play on. Threading the ball to Alvarez. North comes up with the steal. Amos Kurnaw had it for a moment. Lots of white shirts around that ball as Costa comes sliding out to gobble it up. Ethan Amata was lurking in the area for South. Ball intercepted by the Panthers. Alvarez with a back heel touch, nearly springing his teammate down the middle. North has to scramble for the loose ball, and I think they might have yielded a corner kick there. That went out the end line. So it will be a set piece for the Panthers. And taking the corner kick will be Josue Martinez. Martinez curls it in, and it's caught by Costa. He stepped up, made the nice grab. Josue just got that too close to the goalkeeper for his liking, and no Panthers really had an opportunity at it. Probably want to curl that out higher in the box. South back on the attack. Titans defenders stepping up. Number 20 is Christian Collum for South. He had his first touch of the game. Number 20 in purple. Bonfim controls it, and he gets impeded Will they call that interference? No, they're going to let him play on. He had a case right there for interference, but certainly, I think in hockey that would have been, maybe that would have been allowed. It was very close to a possession, the body contact. Very close to the moment the ball was touched first, but definitely had ideas to follow that ball and was impeded. Ball hasn't touched the turf for a few seconds and finally does as teams trade possession. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. 2-0 South leads it, and they're looking for more as Maximiliano Lopez stole that one, and he earns a corner kick. Number 7 for South with good work. So with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half, South with yet another corner kick. They don't try to get too ambitious with that. They'll just short kick it in, and then a Ethan Amata shot from distance is gloved by Costa. So it is a relentless attack by the South team since the opening faceoff, really. They had a quick goal that was disallowed because of offside, and they've kept the pressure on since, with including 2 goals that counted. One by Neil Kashapilli and the other by Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez. Officials talking to both teams as North comes up with the throw in here. Colin Cantwell, number 24, trying to feed Preston Quinn. Panthers knocked the ball out of the bounds further down the sideline. Quinn with the throw in, and South with the quick interception, booting it downfield. North trying to reset. Quinn Hilger's intended pass to the sideline is intercepted. Ball in deep. South clears it away. Loose ball. Titans with it. Stephen Norris up ahead to Dan Guzman. Guzman to Matt Urea. Urea far sideline in a duel with a Panther forward. Titans get called for the foul. So the player is hurt on the far sideline for the moment. Help to his feet. Christian Collum wins the ball over there as we have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. We expect the officials to seize control of the game clock at the 2-minute mark. Clock will freeze at 2 minutes, and we'll have to await the officials' word on when the half comes to an end. At this point, it looks like South will go into the figurative locker room on top, up 2-0, late here in the first half. Ball's kicked out of bounds off of a Panther player. It's a North throw-in. We had a couple of balls that were offered to Quinn Hilger, and he kind of reset himself to avoid confusion. Jadil Bomfim is broken up, trying to win the ball back, out of bounds. Off of Jadil. Quinn Hilger, free kick in bounds, very far down the field, trying to get maybe a late miscue by the Panther defense here. Fernando Figueroa, number 1, kicked it way up into the air. It feels like the entire South roster has gotten onto the pitch and gotten a touch at least one time here in the first half. A lot of depth. North trying to get a shot away. They cannot. 2:25 remaining in the first half. North with their best pressure in quite a while, but not able to launch one on goal. And South coming back the other way. They stumble. North with the takeaway. South collects itself and as a team advances down the field. North defenders step up. 2 minutes, clock freezes, time being kept by the officials down on the field. North, nice give and go rush. Resetting. Number 4 is Arthur Santos. Crossfield pass to Preston Quinn. Quinn trying to go to work on 2 Panther players. Good reversal. Passes it back. Number 24 is Colin Cantwell. Ball is squirted out of bounds by a Panther player. Number 16, Rory Olson. Capico off his line to scoop that one up. So North frustrated offensively, no doubt, here in the first 40 minutes of this match. Down 2-0 and not a lot of chances to show for their first 40 minutes. Just a lot of defensive time spent. Ethan Amata with it. We have to wait for the officials' 3-whistle burst to end this half, but right now South has possession.
I think North could use that 3-whistle burst.
Yeah, they could use a reset at halftime.
I don't know if that'll help, John.
A lot of talent on that south side,
It sure looks it, doesn't it? Boy, I picked the right spot to be.
I tell you, let's see, what year is Jadil Bomfim? He is a soccer player.
He sure is, isn't he?
Yes.
You talking about 23?
23.
That give and go?
Yes.
Where he just slid in and just was in midair, and, even too fast for me to get shots like that.
Yeah. Jadil.
But he wasn't even out there he wasn't even out there for the first 20 minutes.
He was not a starter.
No.
Shows you the depth of this South team.
Tom Bellin. I don't want to say he knew what he was doing, but when he went and took watch there.
Bomfim. He got too excited.
Yeah, he was too close in.
And he's upset with himself, and that's the half.
Yeah,
he's got to think about that
I knew
one.
that half went in on something dramatic.
That would have counted, though. Would have got it in before the whistle.
John, it's a 2-0 South lead at halftime. It could be 5.
It could be. They had 1 goal disallowed by offside.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
and,
the first one of the game.
And a half dozen more chances.
Just right when I went down there in the first minute. Yep.
Including that one right there. So it's going to be an exciting second half, if for nothing else, watching these South players go to work.
Yeah, I think we'll be looking to our right a lot as they switch sides.
We'll see if North can make an adjustment. That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. Our cameraman's Tim O'Neill. Nashua TV coverage of Battle of the Bridge will continue with the second half coming up. South North boys soccer. Stay with us.
In these challenging and changing times, the Nashua Division of Public Health and Community Services would like to share a public health moment with you. Chief Public Health Nurse Kim Bernard is here to answer a common COVID-19 question for you.
Kim, can you tell us when someone who's tested positive for COVID-19 can resume their normal activities and get back to work?
So if you're positive with COVID-19, you need to complete your isolation period. And your isolation period is going to be 10 days from that first symptom or from the day that you received that positive result. Once you've completed those 10 days and you've been fever-free for 24 hours and your symptoms have improved, you can then return to work and be done with the isolation period.
For more information on COVID-19 or to schedule a COVID-19 test, call 603-589-3456 or visit our website at nashuanh.gov/COVID-19.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Second half action. Boys varsity soccer. 2-0 South leads. I have goals by Cacciapilli and by Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez's shot was just, I have a photo of him in motion, and his was just fantastic in terms of just perfect setup from the side and just nailed it,
No chance for the goaltender.
None.
Beautiful strike.
Yep. And North with a little opportunity here.
Right off the opening faceoff, trying to flip the script here as we look to our left for most of the first half when South was in this offensive zone. Now North trying to score going this way.
I think that's Capico in goal for South.
We were a little worried about the sunshine getting in our eyes, Tom, at this time of night.
Clouds.
But yeah, a cloud cover.
Early night sky.
Actually helping us out a little bit. Still pleasant conditions to play soccer in.
Oh, it's perfect down there.
A fresh 40 minutes up on the board.
Sun not beating down on anything, which really helped.
Yes.
But I have a funny feeling, John, we'll just be looking to our right a lot once South gets in its rhythm again after the break.
That's the key. With all these talented skill players, we're early in the season. When they start getting some chemistry, look out. They've got 2 goals already and a bunch of chances, a handful of chances to go with that.
Probably some chances coming up here. It's...
Speaking of that depth, it felt like I called every member of the roster at least once in that first half as they got more and more players on the pitch late in the first half.
Well, the one thing Tom Bellin didn't want was when they had free kicks and corner kicks and everything else like that, he didn't want his entire unit coming up because he said North was getting too many breakouts off of those when they didn't succeed because too many players were coming up from the defensive end. So he wanted to make sure they stayed back. I mean, really, we both know it, John. It just takes 1 goal to change a game, and if North gets it, the game does change.
Absolutely. With all those chances that South had, they score. It's a 1-goal game if North can get on the board first.
Right.
Here.
So that's the challenge for the Titans. Boy, there's a busy guy out there. The number 8, the center back, Steve Norris. He's really been busy. He's had to do everything back there in front of Simon Costa. And he's had to defend some really, really skilled players, and a lot of times he's been left on his own.
Saw a heavy collision there between Ethan Amata and Preston Quinn. South player hitting the North player, and Quinn went down hard, and they just let him play on. So
Amata set up a lot of plays, didn't he? I thought he really set up a lot of possessions with his work around the 30-yard line down when South was going the other way in the first half.
He also had a pretty decent shot on goal from that distance, in addition to setting up his teammates. So definitely a playmaker once again this season, Ethan Imata, and some new weapons that we saw unveiled as well.
You notice who's not out there.
Jadil Bonfim.
Yeah, he's not out there.
He did not start the first half, and he may not be starting the second.
He isn't starting the second. He didn't go out there.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, so I don't know if coach is easing him into the lineup a little bit, but he's an impact player. He had a shot on goal or a scoring chance in the first 30 seconds that he was out there after being substituted in.
But Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez is such a dangerous player from anywhere on the field. If he gets a step on you, as he did in the middle a few times, he's dangerous, and that's how many players do you have to defend? That's the problem that North has.
Yes, and at first glance, is he out there?
No, he's not.
He's not. Okay. He's getting a rest to begin the second half. Because usually if he's out there, you don't have to look too hard. He'll be around the ball or the ball will be around him. And you're right, he is a dangerous player. And North found out the hard way that you can't leave him alone.
Let's wait a second now. Is that him at the 35? I think that might be the headband on.
It is similar hairstyle, but I do not believe it is.
No, you're right.
Mr. Alvarez.
No, it's not.
I have as the goaltender, Tom, Simon Costa for
North, and I would say it's Capico for South.
Exactly. That's what I had, too. Hopefully that is correct. They always play around with the numbers and the uniforms for the goalies because they can. I wore my Patriots T-shirt today, Tom. I know you were a totally impartial journalist when you go down to Patriots camp, but
Yeah, I don't wear any Patriots. I don't wear
No.
any Patriots gear even around here.
gear,
If I
right.
have any Patriots stuff on from Super Bowls I've been to, I'll put them on at home or something like that.
Right,
where I'm
right.
just alone.
you keep your professionalism at all
Oh
times.
yeah. I mean, well, I'm not a Patriots fan anyway.
And I am, of course.
Right.
So, you know what made me think of this was that news conference today with Belichick and his holy sweatshirt.
That was yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
It was
Were you in on
yesterday.
that? Were
No,
you,
I
yeah.
didn't. I did not go on the Zoom on
Okay,
the
yeah.
WebEx call for that. That was unbelievable.
It was because people were making all kinds of comments like he was mauled by raccoons.
That
wrestled
will be. You will see that over and over again for years. For years.
Iconic, yes.
It is. I mean, that's just unbelievable. It looked as though he had just gotten out of a workout.
Yes.
You know, which he does do. I mean, I think he
yeah.
does a lot of time on the treadmill, things like that, or, you know, he may have just had a morning workout and then just went right to the call, and that's the only thing I can think of.
There has statistically never been a greater divide between how a head coach dresses and how the star quarterback dresses in any football team
No doubt
in
about
history.
that. No doubt about that. That's for sure. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you a story in a second.
North lurking in the offensive zone. Give them some credit. They're not
Yeah,
going away.
They're not going away at all, you know.
Of course, we mentioned a few star players not on the pitch right now for
Well,
South.
Josh moved some people around late after that second goal. He changed some things.
We've got football tomorrow here on Nashua ETV.
And I think one of the things he changed was right here, number 17, moving him up into the offensive zone. He was down back at midfield and came down. That's Amos Carnua.
Yes, Carnua was playing
He
defense,
was
in the first half.
I have a shot of him early. So
A little bit of an adjustment made at halftime by North, trying to produce some more offense. They are down 2-0.
But Newton takes a incredibly long time after games. At least he had.
Oh, Cam Newton.
When they beat the Patriots back in, I think it was 2018, you know, I was in the waiting, the media area for visiting media for the press conferences. We had already talked to Ron Rivera, and we were waiting for Cam Newton, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited, and finally I said, "Screw this, I'm out of here."
Wow.
And I went up. I went back up to the press box. I said, I'll take it off a transcript, or I'll go without it, whatever. But I'm not waiting for this guy, because the word we had was he was just sitting in a locker room, dressed, and he was on the phone, and it was just, you know, okay, and he knew we wanted to talk to him. There's
Long
a good
shot.
Yeah, that's one of the better shots they've had. But opening day when they played, we had to wait a little while, and I mean, because he's got to put all that stuff on.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the times Brady would do it right away, or he'd wait till he showered and dressed. It was one or the other. It depended. You know, night games he'd usually come out right away because he wanted to get it over with and get out of there. So
it takes a while for the magic to happen. Love the inside stories.
yeah.
Quinn Hilger.
But I'll tell you
for-
what, I was like,
Yep.
I'm not waiting for this guy. He knows we're here.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was 2 years ago, you know. So when they signed him, I was like, oh no.
I don't blame you.
You know, I was like,
You know
oh,
what?
no.
You know what? I've been around you long enough to remember this. When they signed Belichick, you said, "Oh no."
Yes, I did. Well, and not because of what he couldn't do as a coach, but because of the fact that we knew he wasn't going to be very, you know, media
Forthcoming
friendly.
to the media.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was a little bit more forthcoming when he first started. He really was.
But then he reverted to the
Yeah, well, I'll tell
Bill
you,
Belichick
I'll,
you know
I'll
well.
I'll tell you when it changed, and I'll tell you the next. Well, I won't tell you the next whistle, because a whistle
Right.
will mean a big play with a kick.
Intercepted Ethan Amata. Lead pass.
Oh, that's a nice pass.
And nice defensive work by Stephen Quinn on the sliding tackle.
Yeah.
2 sliding tackles for
He-
Quinn.
He's really played well back there. He and Norris, they're both on an island.
Oh, excuse me. It is
That's
It
Norris.
was
That
Norris. Stephen
yeah,
Norris.
Stephen Norris.
Sorry, I misspoke, Stephen.
He's really played well back there.
Yeah.
He's had a lot to do. So let's see here. We're going to have a free kick from the side. (29:35) left to play in the soccer game.
South's 2 goals coming in the first half.
Yeah, shot goes wide. We'll have a goal kick. So I think one of the times when it changed, it was early. It was early in his tenure. And it was when he made the mistake. We were down at Bryant College. They were still having training camp down there. It was the second year. I believe it was his second year. And he made the mistake of telling us that Terry Glenn had earlier
Long kick.
earlier offenses with failed tests.
Gaurav Mahajan.
The late Terry Glenn.
I'm surprised he said anything like
Well,
that.
what happened was he was peppered, and he said, "Look, it wasn't." He said, "It's the same thing as before." That's what he said.
Ooh.
And he just he made a mistake because you're not allowed to say anything about any kind of test. So that was a big oops, and I think that was one of the times when he said, "Okay, I gotta
Tighten things up.
I gotta tighten things up."
Yeah. Interesting. These boys can change the tone of the game quickly with these long boots. It was down at the south end just seconds ago, and they shift it to the offensive zone just that quickly. Looking to add to their 2-0 lead are the boys in purple, Nashua High South. North is in the visiting whites today. These teams will have a rematch in this Battle of the Bridge week on Saturday here at Stellos, when North will play the role of the home team, I would imagine.
Yeah, I may miss that. I know we're not televising it, but I may miss that because of Campbell football.
Right.
Saturday afternoon games.
Right. The girls and boys games here are 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Not sure who has the first one.
South with the throw-in. And Ethan Amata tried to get loose.
South with the throw in, but no shots on goal in the last 13 minutes.
And I believe Mr. Alvarez is back out there and touching the ball right now.
Yeah, there he is right there. You're right, John.
Yeah.
Almost had a through pass to Amata.
Instant offense. And also out there with him is Neil Kachapilli, the senior, number 8, who scored a goal on senior night. Got the second goal of the game, actually the first goal of the game, first goal of the season, I believe. 1-0. He made it. And then Alvarez with a tremendous strike from about 15 to 20 yards to make it 2-0. South's had a handful of other chances to score. North with only a glimpse of the goal, really, in this contest. And yet, they're 1 goal away from making it as close as they can get.
Thing about soccer, it's not a very high-scoring game, so normally, so you can.
Yep. Time of possession is nice, but
Yep.
you need goals. Booted away by the back line South defenders, but we are looking left and right more than we did in the first half.
Yeah, a couple of adjustments by Josh Downing, and Tom Bellin knows he trusts his defense.
Timed run here.
Yeah.
And scooped up by Simon Costa. Boots it to midfield. Back up in the air. He was trying to control it. North does a nice job of coming away with it. Number 6 is Matt Urea. Urea loses it to 27 for South. That is Santiago Samarostro. I won't lie, some of these names are challenging to me. They are strong soccer names, though. So it's a free kick for South from a bit of a distance. This will be Daniel Miranda. Setting it up as if it's a corner, really, from a different angle. He is curling it toward the middle, and it's going to be over everybody and out of bounds. South produced a lot of corner kicks with their play in the first half, putting on relentless pressure on Simon Costa and the North defense. In the second half, not any corners to speak of yet. 16 minutes into the second half. South fans giving a nice round of applause to the players coming off for a breather. North going to work, trying to cut into this 2-0 deficit, but having difficulty coming out of their own end. Matt Urea playing some pass with Quinn Hilger. Alvarez steals. Ethan Amata with his head up, looking for a teammate to pass to.
And there it is right there.
Sideline.
Yep, nice pass.
Curling in the middle, but there's nobody. Until it comes all the way to Gaurav Mahajan for North, and Mahajan making some progress down the sideline before
Mahajan's got some speed.
Preston Quinn plays it back and back further from Urea to his co-defender. Progress down the field.
Yeah, that'd be Guzman, I think. Dan Guzman, closest to us, number 5.
Nicholas Esp on the roster, number 5 for South.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about North. That was
yes, right. And ESP is the last name for Nicholas. So he did a good job of kind of self-header there to catch up to that loose ball. And now a Panther throw in their defensive end. Intercepted by a North midfielder. Kachapilli had a foot on it. North with the ball. Matthews Ferreira, number 9, kicks it down into the corner. Mahajan couldn't catch up to it, though, so it's another South throw-in. From the near sideline, defensive zone. 22 minutes remain in the contest. South leading 2-0. John Collins with Tom King. Our cameraman Tim O'Neill. We have had field hockey, volleyball, and soccer, and just football in the wings. Football Friday night right here at Stello's, North versus South, as the excitement builds.
I'm seeing way too much of you lately.
Yeah,
every day.
I was thinking that too.
Every single day.
You had that long break.
Monday through Friday. This is tough. Oh, God.
Too much.
Way too much. Norris now will hit it from the 45 on a free kick.
See what he does with this.
Yeah, he's going to boom it.
Pretty much down the middle, but it's a South defender that steps up and heads it away. I think it was Yamada.
If those kicks don't go over the center and into the box, they're usually turnovers.
Well, here's Ethan Amada, number 14. He's got it now.
Right, but if those kicks don't make it all the way down, John, they're usually going to be turned over.
Right. North's number 17 is Amos Kurnawa.
That's why I think goal kicks never really start plays. It's usually knocked away at midfield by the offensive team.
Josue Martinez is not tall of stature, but he plays big. He was the guy that headed the ball.
That number 12, he's tough. Yeah, he's really, really scrappy. He set up a few plays down there.
He's a soccer player.
If South got someone into the left wing corner in the first half, they usually had a play.
North trying to work it out of their own zone.
I think North has bottled that up a little bit in this half. They've made a good adjustment. They've taken care of that corner a little bit.
And one thing that North cannot do is leave able strikers alone in the high box. They did it twice. Capachilli capitalized, and then also Alvarez had a lot of space before he kicked that ball past Costa. Alvarez trying to team up with Ethan Amata. Amata to Alvarez, and they have some space to work with. A 3-on-4 rush for the Panthers at the moment. And a good play again by Stephen Norris, the defensive MVP of the contest so far for the Titans, number 8.
And what we have here, looks like it's going to go North's ways.
Yep.
Oh, we had a stoppage in play, and the extra whistle was for substitutions. Remember the days when they used to do the horn for that? They don't do that.
Really?
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. They used to do a horn.
Number 21 into the match for North is Cam Rodriguez, a sophomore. Number 4,
But John, we have not
Arthur
seen
Santos, a freshman.
We have not seen our favorite player.
Jadil Bomfim.
He has not been back out there,
He
if I'm
is
not
not
mistaken.
number
no.
23 for South, and I hope he's not hurt.
It didn't seem like he was.
Did not seem like he was hurt.
He was the last Panther to touch the ball before the
That's
half
right.
ended.
Remember that?
The shot that he had that went right up over the net. But North, for all their possessions, they really haven't made Capico work at all. They just haven't gotten enough shots on net.
The dangerous Alvarez tries to pass one in the middle, and North steps
Look
up.
how versatile he is from the middle of the field all the way to the side. But here's North now. Let's see if they can try to force the issue.
Arthur Santos with some good work to get it past midfield, but then loses
A lot
it.
of times when you force the issue in soccer, it forces back.
Timed run there for Alvarez. The goaltender
yeah.
comes out and gets it. Costa, good decision.
Yeah, Costa had a lot of that in the first half, where he had to come out and cut down the opportunity.
That pass coming off
I
the
was
foot of Martinez.
Surprised we didn't have a couple of big collisions.
Newly into the game, Cam Rodriguez passes near sideline to Matthews Ferreira. Ferreira being double teamed, ball taken away. South with it. Good aggressive play by Daniel Miranda. Gets it to the middle. Imada thought he had Alvarez cutting, but
Yeah, I thought he did.
overshot him.
No one there, overshot him, and a goal kick.
Exactly 17 minutes left to go in the match. We are in the second half. North trying to emerge with this and get a rare scoring chance. They have not had many, if any. Maybe a corner kick they had one time. I don't know what that whistle was for, but it's going to yield a free kick for the Panthers.
Free kick from way out, just beyond midfield.
Daniel Miranda will take it. Curls it very high and deep into the box, and it goes all the way out. Was it off a Titans player?
Let's see. Yes, it was, because it looks like South is setting up for a corner.
You're right.
Well, I'll tell you, even from 40 yards out, and really it's 50 yards if you add the end zone,
A threat.
they are dangerous.
Santos with the corner, curls in, gets to all the way to Alvarez. He kicks it off a defender. I think that's Stephen Norris again.
Yeah, that seemed like a set play to try to get it to Alvarez rather than
It
try to
is.
crash the net, which I always like to see. Rather see him crash the net than run those plays when they kick it out.
In the middle.
He's open on the side. Let's see it. A
And
header.
they
It's
call him
going to
offside.
they called him offside. John, there was no one near him. So I guess you're going to say that, but I mean, that's a play that ought to be allowed in my theory of offsides. You know what I mean? You know how I feel about that.
I
rule.
absolutely know how you feel, and I agree with you.
I mean, there's no one near him, and it's not anyone's, it's the defense's fault for not marking him.
Whoever made the soccer rules had a paranoia about opposing offensive players just hanging out
Right,
by the goalie.
goal hangers. Yeah, exactly.
And it's taken away what appear to be legitimate scoring chances like that.
Right. It just,
Yeah.
I mean, no one near him,
Yeah,
and that's a shame.
right. I don't know if they should have a
I don't know,
a
but
10-second rule or something.
I'll tell you what,
or-
but when you start talking about seconds, time is running out on Nashua North. We only have 14:31 left to play in this game and a 2-0 South lead.
You're right. And South also dominating the time of possession, making it that much more difficult.
And let's alert the media, our players in the game.
Yeah, I was talking about number 23 being the go-to guy for scoring in basketball, and of course Jadil Bonfim would like to make that true in soccer as well, as he's back into the game, number 23 in purple for the Panthers.
Well, I don't
a player
think he
to
played
watch.
basketball.
No, I'm
That
sure he
was
didn't,
it.
but I was just saying that it's the Michael Jordan and LeBron
right,
James number,
right.
you know.
Right.
Number 10 is usually the star number.
Watch out, and too high.
That's our goal scorer there, Kachapilli.
But you know what? Anytime South's got the ball down there, it's a double negative for North. It's a scoring
Yep.
chance for South and no possession for North in terms of trying to get on the board. It's double whammy.
Costa with the low liner. South always ready to take it away. Nice touch by Bonfim to get Ethan Alvarez.
Yeah, that would have been an offside too, and he had to hold up. He held up. Alvarez held up because he thought he was going to be offside.
Yes, Alvarez held up. That was Ethan Amata that tried to feed
Yep.
it to him, and it
But
was ahead of him.
Alvarez was full gear, and he had his defender beat. And that's the thing. You beat your defender, you ought to be rewarded for it. And here's a play right here. Let's see
And
it.
another offside.
offside. He beat the defense again. No one there.
I'd like to see that one again, actually. Oh, it's too late.
Yeah, no, I saw it.
You
He
did?
was. Yeah, he was.
If you're even, it's supposed to be okay, as long as you're not a step or a half step ahead.
no, he
but-
was way ahead.
Oh, he was
so,
way ahead.
Yeah, it looked that way. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the rule is you have to be even or not as close to the goal as the defender when the ball is touched, when it's kicked or passed to you. And that's why you see a lot of timed runs. You see a guy that has a lot of momentum going past the defender, ball's kicked, and then they pass the defender. And not easy to do. It's
No.
much easier to be offside in soccer. It happens so often when it looks like a goal-scoring play is developing. A corner kick for North.
this is
Alert the
their-
media again.
This is their third of the game. They had
Third of
two,
the game.
They had two in the first half.
Quinn Hilger will take it, number 10. North Titans players
Well,
gathering
no,
in the
he may
box.
not.
Oh, no, he's going
You're going to switch it.
He wants to be in the box when the ball comes
well,
in.
the coach wants him in the box.
Coach
That's
wants him in the box.
the move. So I can't tell who's going to take it because of the number being
Looks like
blocked,
Preston Quinn.
But there's no corner.
He kicks it in from a better angle, and he skims the top of the crossbar.
Boy, that's not a bad play.
No, it isn't, because he
I-
noticed that nobody was marking him.
I didn't know. Yeah, exactly. And I've never seen that before.
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
I
Now,
have never seen that before. And that who was that number?
one,
Number
Preston
one.
Quinn.
Yeah, that was for Quinn. That was the best shot they
Option,
had. I mean,
yeah,
that hit the top of the bar.
It did.
I thought, didn't it?
It did. He put himself in a great angle with no defenseman in the way. Now, that was, I think, a Soccer 101 miscue by South. You're supposed to always send somebody
Right.
over like 10 yards away. I think you have
Right.
to give him some space.
And that prevents the player
What
from
we just saw.
dribbling it in. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you can pass it to yourself.
But another direct kick here, another free kick for South. This one from the 35. It's closer.
Oh, the player hits the deck, and they're going to whistle that. They say that Neil Kachapilli
Yep.
bodied a defender to the turf, and that's a no-no. Had that been a defender bodying Kachapilli to the turf, it would have been a penalty kick.
Josh Downing is all the way over to the scorers table, and he's making a complaint.
About something.
Complaining to Nate Masserell. Masserell can't do anything about it.
It's one an event.
He's an emotional coach.
Duel for the ball far sideline, and the Panthers will win a throw-in for Ramirez.
9:56 to play in the contest.
Josue Ramirez Martinez with the throw-in. Yes, single digits on the time clock now, and it's still a 2-0 deficit for North as South keeps the pressure on.
there's a shot way over everything.
Jose Ochoa can kick him, but that had no chance. Or was that number 18? That was Julian Correa Estrada.
That's what was so good about DeLeo's goal in the North win over South was that, you know, a lot of times, I said to her, a lot of times you see a kick like that sail over. She goes, I've sailed them 100 times, hundreds of times.
She's honest.
Yeah, she said, but that one I really knew was going to be a big moment in the game, and I wanted to make sure.
Perfecto. Off the underside of the crossbar from about 20 yards.
We are under 9 to play.
Yes. The clock not a friend of the Titans right here. It looked like it might be a runaway blowout early, the way South was developing chances and put a couple in the net, one that was disallowed by offside. Unfortunate collision there between two Titans teammates. Jadiel Bonfim trying to capitalize, passing to himself. He's got a escort of white jerseys, but he's making a lot of progress into the corner. Bonfield trying to weave his way through traffic, draws a free kick. How about that work by, are they going to call it against, they're going to call it a throw-in or a free kick? I think it's a free kick. Almost a corner kick, really.
By the way, Johnny, you said Preston Quinn earlier. It's Preston Thompson. Jackie got Jacqueline Thompson.
Number 1?
Jacqueline Thompson, I imagine her mom, the North coach, just,
Preston Thompson
just texted us, so it's not Preston Quinn. Uh-oh, here's a chance right there, and it just goes wide, high and wide.
Sorry, Ms. Thompson. Mixing up my 1 and 10.
Yeah, and you're screwing me up, too, because I'm not even looking
you're
at the
repeating
roster.
it, right? Yeah. Long boot from the goal area for North. I can see why the goalie let his teammate take it. They get some real estate, but it ends up being a goal kick for South.
Lights are on, as we only have about 10 minutes before sunset.
Days get shorter.
And only 7:03. This will beat sunset, I believe. Only 7 minutes left in the game. Been a quiet half.
Yes, compared to the
Compared to the first half when there was a ton of action.
Coachapilli to Ramirez on the wing. Alvarez dances to the
Oh,
left,
there's a
kicks
shot.
it,
He's gonna
and
have it.
scores.
Well, he's got a great move, doesn't he?
He is a goal scorer.
Yep.
Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez put it on his left foot and hit a blistering roller along the grass.
What do you do? You know, I mean.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of despair from Simon Costa. He went over and put his head down on the post as saying exactly to himself, I think what you just said. What do you do? 3-0, and it was a dagger.
Yeah,
goal
that'll be the clincher, and probably you're going to see some players come off the field.
Yeah, Ethan Amata, Orozco, and Coachapilli come off the field.
Yeah, the first line.
Cue. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's sort of like the power play.
Here's
unit.
North with an opportunity, maybe.
Rolled
Coming
across.
right down the side.
The
There's a
shot.
Oh,
off the
far.
post. Did he get a piece of it?
He got the post. I think the goalie did get a slight piece of it. I'm not sure.
We're watching it right here. I think it did hit the post, and the goalie got a fingertip.
It hit the
post. Wow, what an opportunity
Didn't see
for
who
North.
took that shot. What
Number 11, right?
All right, yeah.
Elliot
that's
Mason.
Right. Elliot Mason, yes.
Wow, they really bounced back after the third goal there, and they nearly
that
got
was
nearly a record time between goals. Short time, but it goes off the post instead.
definitely
gets
definitely a little lax for South after that third goal, which you can understand, but that's a great effort by National North to come right down and answer right away. I mean, that's important. I'm sure Josh Downing took note of that and liked what he saw.
Don't be surprised if Ramirez puts this right on goal
Yeah,
here.
no kidding, huh?
He's got 10-yard cushion for the free kick, and he's about 30 yards from the net. Just under. He does go for it, but
just over.
off the hedges.
High and wide.
Yeah. So, goalkeeper for North gives the goal kick up to his teammate. Past the 50-yard mark, and right back on the offensive are the boys in purple. Trying to get that into a shooting position.
And the same thing we experienced earlier in the week. They stopped with 5 minutes to go.
Okay.
2 in the first half, 5 in the second. Evidently, is the way they
Where
want to.
time is kept on
Right.
the field.
That's the way they want to do it this year. Dr. Nate Mazzarelli, he said it changed about 3 times last year. There's some great offensive play here.
Jesse Ochoa with some dribbling skills.
Yeah, and great defensive play to try to battle, have to stay away. You got to be very patient as a defender when a player starts to maneuver like that.
It was Quinn Hilger that intercepted Ochoa's rush. Ochoa to his right. Still with it, down the sideline. Head up, curls it in the middle.
Oh, nice play defensively.
Yes.
Norris.
Norris again.
Yeah, headed it away when it looked as though it was going to be a give and go.
Matthew Kiesling was there, Baumfiem was there, but Norris headed it away. Fine defensive work. Under 5 minutes to go and time being kept down on the field. Say it's somewhere around the 3:30, 3:50 mark at this moment. South enjoying a 3-0 lead. These two teams will do battle again in a couple of days.
Of course, our audience today, John, is mainly North people, right? North fans, because they can't get in.
Weren't allowed to come in.
Right.
Yeah.
And that will be the case tomorrow night for football.
In the box. Titans clear it away. Have some momentum here. Preston Thompson down the sideline. Able to connect with Arthur Santos. Santos does a nice job of keeping it in. Thompson angling, trying to get a shot away.
Trying to get that right foot where he had an opening, but he gives it up, which is a smart play.
Yeah, it was Preston Thompson that did that corner kick play we were talking about where he came
Ooh,
away.
and there's a takedown, and it's going to be a free kick for down the field.
Yeah.
Accidental.
They resume. South with a lot of space, running down the middle of the pitch. Ramirez on the wing. And an easy save for Costa.
Yeah, I got him with 6 in the game.
Boots it to midfield. Somewhere under 2 minutes to play, maybe less. Cam Rodriguez, number 21, out there for South. North would love to get one last scoring try and maybe avoid the shutout. With their home fans in the stands, maybe it'll be a different story on Saturday. There are definitely some positives they can take away from this game, including the outstanding play of Stephen Norris on defense.
Yeah, but the problem is, John, you just can't play defense all game and win. You're going to have to get some offensive spark. They had a couple players do that in the second half, but just came up a little short.
Quinn Hilger. South with the takeaway. Good back heel self pass by Matthew Kiesling. Baumfiem's going to launch, and it goes off of a player. It's going to be a corner kick.
You had 4 defenders right there, so the odds are it was going to bounce off a white jersey and create the corner kick, but that's better than a goal.
Our official who's keeping time down here in the corner does not show any signs of blowing the whistle before this corner kick, so it's probably going to happen.
I just hate that fact that we don't know how much time is left.
What other sport?
Yeah, I just can't
is
stand
like that,
I can't
right?
stand that. Here we go.
The kick. Angles right to the goalie.
That's a nice one. That was a curl right in, and nice save by.
And he punches it away, and Bonfim playing
Saved by
like it's
Costa.
0-0. Goes out and tracks that down.
Yeah, you got to play like it's 0-0.
Why not,
Anytime.
right?
There's an opening right here. Let's see.
Ochoa
Yeah.
off the side of the onion
Yeah,
bag.
that wasn't near the opening though.
No, it wasn't.
He had a chance, but boy, that was in a situation where he did beat the defender, but after
Yes.
the defender after he had evened himself up.
Got to imagine there's less than a minute to go at this point.
Yeah, we're going to hear the double whistle pretty soon.
And then it's on to Football Friday, Tom King. One more time of getting together here at Stello's. You and me.
Yep. My week with John Collins, and there it is. And that's the final score, everybody. Nashua South takes on Nashua North, and they win it 3-0.
So for Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. A 3-0 win for South as they get back into this battle of the bridge on the scoreboard with a non-field hockey win. Good night from Stello's Stadium, everybody.